Hey, welcome back to Let's Go Ford. We're going to take a look again at another version of the Transits. Well, this is the 2020 Ford Transit. We're going to go with a passenger version instead of a cargo version. We want to show you this because there's so many variations of how the Transit can be configured. We're going to just give you another idea of how to expect it, right? So we're going to take a look at the diffused silver is the name of the color of this vehicle. And on the passenger vans, as we start in the front of this vehicle, you're going to notice that, well, not only is the hood and the headlight surround and now the bumper painted to match that you're not going to get in that cargo version. So also with the Transits, we're going to have the Ford mitigation or the lane keeping system along with this adaptive cruise control, forward sensing system all in the front. So a lot more options than what we've had in the past, and compared to, I guess you could call it competition, but there really isn't a whole lot of competition when Ford comes to the table with a Ford Transit that they've been making since 1952 in Europe, but over here in the United States since 2015. So now 5 years in, what do we need as Americans here versus Europe, right? The whole thing was designed to be able to not have box trucks and straight trucks and all of these things because they can't fit in Europe. Well, now that we're more nimble and we're more agile to be able to use a vehicle like this, your business or your family can now travel much easier. And let's just take a look at exactly what's in the 2020 Ford Transit. Let's start out with this. It's all-wheel drive. 4 pages of competition. Guess what they don't have? All-wheel drive, right? So we have all-wheel drive, but not only all-wheel drive, but we got 3 different motor configurations that we can go with, and we have 2 different wheelbase lengths, we have 3 different roof heights, and 3 different lengths. So you're going to see on Sprinter, or Mercedes, you can put those together, right? You got two different wheelbase lengths. That's it, right? So now we have 2 different wheelbase lengths, 3 different heights, 3 different engines, all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. Now we can really custom fit this vehicle for you and what you're going to be using the vehicle for. So let's get started into it. Now we've got a short arm mirror here, and we brought up 2 vehicles too, so we can kind of point back and forth the difference between the 2. On the short arm mirror, you have a power folding option, right? So you can do that on a short arm mirror with or without the power fold, but you can only get it in the short arm mirror. Now they make a pedestal mirror that has 2 pedestals that hang off of the vehicle. Those are not power folding as an option as of 2020 for the Ford Transit. You have options for wheels too. When we go to an all-wheel drive, we get a more aggressive tire that comes on this 16-inch rim. This is a steel wheel option. Yes, you do have a forged aluminum wheel option, okay? So it is forged, high-polished aluminum. Boom, you've got it, right? Well, we've got wheel well liners, or like this fender flare style liner here, wheel well liners up and up top. You've got now a running board. Now the running board can come 2 different lengths. This is a full length running board, which isn't just on the sliding door. You also have it for the passenger door as well. So you can get 2 different lengths there. This is the full length running board. Keep that in mind, right? So as we continue on, there's 2 windows, massive visibility. So you've got this window going up and down. This is a fixed window so you can see your mirrors, but it also gives you an opportunity to have better visibility throughout. You're gonna have this door here. Now you're gonna see a commodity hold for a power sliding door. Expect to see that late availability for 2021 on the Ford Transit, and very, very few and far between will you see it for the 2020. Special order, oftentimes getting managers at Ford involved to get that option for you. We're going to open that in just a few minutes and be able to show you the interior as well. Let's continue a walk around on this vehicle. You're going to have an aluminum sliding door place here. It's been raining in Michigan. Apologize, but we're still shooting the video. That is a 150,000 times slam tested door running system. Why? Because they expect you to open and shut this door that many different times throughout the life of the vehicle, right? Also, humongous taillights, reverse lights, easy to be able to be seen. We've got a dual hinge, so you've got a hinge here with 2 pieces to it. So with that, you're going to also see this magnet. Whenever you see that magnet, we're going to be in the 148 wheelbase, okay? So 148, the other option is 130. So how does that magnet work? Well, when I open this door, stay right where you're at if you don't mind, but you're going to see this door stop here to start out with. You unlock on the inside. We'll show you that in just a second. But when you do unlock it, those 2 magnets meet together like so. When they meet together, the cool thing is if wind blows by, you don't have a door swinging back and slamming you in the shins, knocking you to your feet, repeatedly getting beat like you would in other vehicles. Won't name any names, so don't really have a whole lot of competition, right? So we think about this, and when I talk about competition too, we're talking about like GM, Didn't bring anything to the table. Your Express and Savannah vans, 20 years later, still haven't changed anything. Great job. Crickets, right? Say something, you got an extended length, but you can't walk in there unless you're 4'5". I'm 5'7". I still can't walk in there on my knees. Right, moving on. Here's our unlock button. As I said before, when it's in that lock position, when you first open the door, slide this over to unlock, it'll slide that 270-degree door all the way open for you. This is if somebody got stuck in the back and they needed to remove themselves from the vehicle, you have that right there. So that's your exit. You're still thinking about the GM thing I just said, right? Well, how about this? ProMaster. Sorry about your luck. I mean, just you're not even, like, come to the table with better ideas. It's like the Rebel versus the Raptor. Enough said? Right. So on the back side, you see how this door just locked? Again, showing you this, the unlock position. That'll unlock the door all the way open. And this is a cargo van, or not a cargo van, a passenger van, right? So cargo's for hauling, passenger van, right? Hauling people. So on the back side of this vehicle too, is going to be how they do their HVAC system. So if you're paying attention to the cargo vans that have a rear HVAC option for rear heat and air, that's going to be located right here. On the passenger version, they're going to give you this nice applique that cleans and trims everything up. You've got a little ventilation system. That's not a speaker, that is actually your HVAC. And the cool thing is, we come in multiple configurations of seating. Hold on. Here we go. Multiple configurations of seating. Are you ready for this? How many passengers can you fit into any of our competition? The only one that's even close right now is going to be Sprinter, and they have a 12 or a 15 option. We have a 2, an 8, a 10, a 12, a 15, all of those different configurations of seating. Well, that means we win, again, by like 3 times, right? So the cool thing with this too is not just that we win or that we've got room or that we can configure this, but you can change the way that you want to configure your van. So this van, for example, has a seating configuration with 2 in the front, 3 in the center, that's 5. 1 over on the side, that's 6. 2 more in the back, that's 8. So this is the 8 configuration seating, but on these seats, you can now take this seat and simply pull this latch here, pull the latch here, and you're able to remove that seat. So it's just that easy. You just pull those 2, tilt it forward, remove it, or you can bring this forward and sit it next to that single seat. Now when you do that, it's going to give you a pass-through, so you can go to the 3rd row. So, give you an example. How about a band? So if a band decides to go for a band practice, an orchestra, or whatever, right? So you can move that seat forward. Now you've got your drum kit, you've got your tuba, you've got all these different horns, stringed instruments, whatever it might be, all packed up back here, super safe, good to go. Now you don't need that trailer anymore. You can just do it in one van. Now, this is going to have windows all the way down the sides of both sides, and it's tinted privacy glass with rear defrost on the back doors too. So this right here is going to be how this hinge reconnects here. Do you have to do anything special? No, you don't, okay? So let's show you that. So you're going to have the driver's side door first. Just shut it. Easy as that. So not touching anything, right, other than just shutting the door. There you go. Door shut, we're ready to go. Other thing is, you're going to see all-wheel drive here. Again, reiterating, we are the only ones with all-wheel drive. 2020 Ford Transit, it's available. EcoBoost engine, 3 different engine configurations, a 2.0-liter diesel, which is showing late availability 2020. I haven't seen them yet. There's none in the US. They're saying it's available. Probably going to see that 2021. Then that could be the COVID thing and everything else. 4-pin, 7-pin wiring harness with a trailer towing package down below. Over 5,000 pounds towing capability, actually over 6 when configured properly. You've got your backup sensing system here from 6 feet and closer, it'll beep. But not only that, way up top, we've got that camera right there. And the camera now being located at the top part of the vehicle makes it super, super easy to be able to back this thing up and not hit things like a basketball hoop. Jamie, just gonna leave it at that. Called you out, sorry. Keep moving on. Take a look at the tinted glass all the way down. This is going to be a medium roof configuration. So you're going to see top of the door, it's going to be about a foot higher than the windows too, right? So we brought 2 vans in here. We've actually got a customer taking delivery of one next to us. That's a high roof van option. So the high roof on the interior cargo is 6'5". Medium roof, 5'10". So I can walk in there with high heels if I need to. Dancing around, walking in there, no problem. Still got my head clearance, right? I don't wear high heels. I don't have a pair. Leave a comment below on that one. I guarantee I'm going to get some on that one. take a look at the side of the door. Keyless entry keypad, right? So we can configure a custom 5-digit code for you or an employee or a shuttle bus or however you're going to use this. There's so many different configurations, right? And there's so many different purposes to use this. Now we've got a running board for the driver's side too. That's optional. It's not standard on any of these, right? So when we open that up, easy entrance to get in. 1, 2, 3 steps to get into your seat. We've got our capless fuel system right here as well. The beautiful thing about that is, if you've ever been in Michigan filling up your vehicle, when it's 20 degrees below, you can shut your door and not let the heat out and the cold in as you're filling the vehicle up. Now the cool thing is that won't shut, but if the door is shut, nobody can access your fuel. It's just another way to keep your fuel that you bought in the vehicle and not in somebody else's. Perfect. Moving forward, blind spot awareness system is going to be on the top of this mirror too. So that is going to be, if you are driving down the road and you've got somebody in your blind spot, there's so many windows, I couldn't believe that you wouldn't be able to see that person, but safety is paramount. We're definitely going to show you that. Here's one more step of how Ford did a great job on configuring that. Let's take a look at the inside of the 2020 Ford Transit and go through some options, some equipment, and just make sure that we're all on the same page. So if you're getting your Transit, you'll know exactly what to expect. Let's take a look at the inside of the 2020 Ford Transit in the passenger van version. Now, things that you're going to notice on the passenger version is going to be a completely finished floor. Now, this being an XLT, has the carpeted floor. You also have an XL that offers a vinyl floor, but on that flooring, you're going to have the rear heating and air. Not only on the floor, let's take a look upstairs. Up all the way up here is going to be where our complete headliner is now filled with rear heat and air ventilation that's coming all the way through, along with the lighting that you're going to see on as well. Now that's going to be able to be controlled with a door open or just be able to manually turn that on or manually turn it off. So you can go anywhere you want to go with that as far as that configuration is concerned. Now you're going to see on these the seats as well, you're going to have a tether on the side of the seat. Now that's going to be able to tilt the rear passengers and be able to recline that seat. Not only that, but now we've got the armrest as well to be able to give them a little bit more comfort in the back of the van. On the front seats here, the second row, right? We're going to be able to remove these as well to be able to do a 2-passenger configuration, removing all the seating. The other thing that I like is you're going to be able to shut and open the door very easily from the inside of the vehicle. We're gonna shut that in just a second here too, but I got grab handles everywhere, right? So easy to get in, easy to get out. Dual map pockets, bottom and top map pocket that's available for the inside of the vehicle too. Now your battery is going to be located underneath the driver's seat. Passenger side over here, you're going to have this panel that you're going to see down here. That panel is removable, so you'll pull it out here, and there's your jack and roadside assistance equipment, right? So, not a problem there, especially with 5-year, 60,000 miles roadside assistance with any new Ford purchased, and CPO, so certified pre-owned, still have it available if it's Ford certified. Let's take a look at the front part of the vehicle too. So I'm going to hop over on the other side of the vehicle, and oh, did you see how easy that shut? Yeah, it shut pretty easy. I'm going to leave it open for lighting on the camera guy. But let's take a look at the driver's position. He's going to hop over on the passenger side. We're going to be able to check out a couple things. Storage compartments are huge, right? They're paramount to make sure you use every bit of space that you have. So you have a storage compartment here, drink holder here, another storage compartment down below, a small storage compartment here. They'd recommend not putting cell phones in there because if you did, it would just catch the top part of that as it closes into this part of the dash. They did that because you got the drink holder up top, another drink holder down below, and a massive glove box in the vehicle too. So I'm
driver right through here.
Well, yeah, I mean, here we go.
I mean, that's more accessibility.
This is me walking through.
Yeah.
And now I'm over on the driver's side, right?
Yeah.
With my armrest here. The cool thing about this armrest is it'll latch up. You hear that? Right? And then you reset it all the way down and move it to exactly where you want your armrest to be. Now, this is going to be a manual seat on the XLT, manual seat on the XL as well. And inside of the vehicle, you're going to see all kinds of bells, whistles, and switches. So let's go through some of those together, one at a time. So in this vehicle is a 3.5 liter EcoBoost twin turbo engine that Ford has been producing for now 10 years, right? New touchscreen is going to be more of a Ford display here. It's going to be an 8-inch screen. That's going to come along with this vehicle too. Your fan, your heat and cool, your AC, recirculation, your rear defrost. Over here, you're going to have traction control, which is a new icon for what the traction control is going to look like. And then you'll have this, which is different drive modes that are available as well with the vehicle. So if I touch these drive modes, let me get through my main screen here. So it's going to say we're going 0 miles per hour. Drive modes, we're going to have normal, economy, slippery, mud and rut, and then trailer towing, right? So we have all of those available, along with auto headlights, right? So auto headlights with auto high beams. We mentioned the folding mirrors earlier. I don't know if you're going to see this from where you're at, but there's a switch right in front of the driver's left knee that allows you to simply hit this switch and be able to fold in your mirrors. So we're going to fold those in and be able to collapse those for you.
There you go.
Now, at the top part of that mirror, we mentioned the blind spot awareness. I don't know if you can see that through the water splash that's going on there, but just hit the same button. You're going to unfold that mirror too. Power windows, power locks. We've got our shifter located up in front of the driver's right knee. This steering wheel is, I think, a beautiful configuration because you're not dealing with some massive steering wheel that takes you forever to turn the vehicle around. Electric power assisted steering is going to be along with this vehicle too. And then we keep going. We didn't talk about in the back, and I wish I would have, but there's these USB ports all the way through the back seating for your passengers too. So you have that. You also have your 12 volt that's available here. And then you have your auto start stop located up here. Auto start stop is going to be when you come to that stoplight and the engine shuts off. It's your option with a Ford to be able to turn it on and off as you see fit. In this vehicle right now, because we have navigation on this screen, and also because it's got a photo cell detecting how much light is on with our auto headlights. They're on now, but our screen is darker. So if we touch our navigation map, it'll blow up to a full screen. You're going to see that it's darker. If we turn the lights off, then it'll illuminate a bit brighter. Also, when that photo cell doesn't see that it's darker outside, which we're inside of a building now, when we go outside, that'll illuminate to that light ice blue color. Our other controls are here, and that shows that for a smaller screen to be able to control our phone, our audio, our applications, and our setting modes. So we can search for a POI, or we can simply voice to the main head unit here through using our voice button on the steering wheel, or if your phone is plugged in, using your Android Auto or your Apple CarPlay to be able to give it a destination, address, or even an intersection, or just say, hey, take me to Lasco Ford in Fenton, Michigan, and it will take you right to it. It's very, very, I want to say savvy, because it just really, it makes it so much easier than the complicated systems in the past. Over here, we're going to have our windshield washer fluids, our big windshield wipers that are going to be on the front, our windshield wipers on the back. Over here on this side, if you're going to see here, I want you to be able to see that. Not only is it a turn signal operation, but it's also going to be our lane keeping system. So what we're going to do is there's a button on the outside here. If you can see where my finger's touching it, you're going to have a vehicle with lanes on both sides, or dashed lines, okay? So I do want to pay attention to that. Let's take a look right up here where our LCD productivity screen is, and I can click that button. Now you'll see that not only do we have our auto start stop off, we have active now our lane keeping system as well. So we can turn that on or turn it off, and that's going to be the icon that you're going to see there. And we can simply hit the right side of the screen, and they have a dual note horn. Dual notes, not just one. We have 2 note horns, right? And that's the camera guy. Big camera, honk the horn, good to go. The funny thing is with this, options keep on coming. Storage, we mentioned that earlier. All through the dash, storage up behind where the screen is. Up behind where that screen is up there too, additional storage up on the dash. And then over here where another 12 volt outlet and a smart charging USB system is located. Holy smokes, did they think of everything? Well, I think they thought of the largest sun visors I've ever seen in my life. They're huge, right? But guess what? With a window this big and visibility the size that it is, they thought about it. Our rear heat and air controls as well, our lighting controls, and then more storage up top, all over the place. I'm gonna have to stand up to access some of this stuff because I'm just too short to reach it. It is what it is. I brought my stool, it's in the other vehicle. The other things that I want to take a look at too is when you're driving this vehicle, the ability to accelerate is phenomenal. On our test drive here, we have a 9% grade that we're able to do. With customers driving the difference between a regular 3.5 liter and this, the EcoBoost 3.5 liter twin turbo, significant difference. The power is there, the payload is very similar, but when it comes to actually hitting the cruise and being able to accelerate in a van, good luck even trying to catch us in a Chevy Express. Wow, right? Why don't you keep the same gas guzzling motor that you've been driving forever with a 6.0 or 5.3 liter? Oops, you haven't came to the party with any kind of new technology. You've been building the same van for more than 3 decades. Just saying, about time to step up to the plate. When it comes to the Transit, it is the only one to configure. Now, we've got a lot of people that are doing a custom build with these as well, taking a passenger van like this and making it a tiny house or an RV conversion, or just using it as a simple toy hauler, but you're able to bring your family with you and everything is locked up and secure. So if you want to take a look at the new 2020 Ford Transit, this is a great place to start, especially if you've got some passengers that are going to come with you with a little bit more luxury than what you expect to see in a cargo version. Let's go take a look underneath the hood at the 3.5 liter twin turbo EcoBoost engine. We'll get this thing wrapped up for you. Appreciate it? Come on, follow me. So when taking a look underneath the hood of the 2020 Ford Transit, you're going to see this on the T350 passenger version, having the 3.5 liter twin turbo EcoBoost engine. What's that going to do for you? Well, there's two turbos. It's a 3.5 liter. Your intake system is going to run in here off of the hood. That is a functional cowl on the hood. But not only that, take a look at what we have available in inventory, because you're going to see some of the vehicles are going to be brand new with no miles and no big deal, but we also have so many customers driving Transit now that we provide a courtesy transportation vehicle as an option if your vehicle is in the shop for any reason at all. Vehicles like this one, this happens to be a courtesy vehicle with additional savings. Miles as low as 520 miles on the vehicle. This one has 568 on this vehicle, I believe. Double check me if you've watched the video. Put down in the comments how many miles it actually has on it, because I didn't check, but I know it's close. So what I would say is take a look at our inventory or call us and see if we've got one available that you may not see online that is running as a Ford courtesy transportation vehicle. Okay? Taking a look underneath here, you've got all clear containers too. That's very easy to maintain, and the vehicle is going to be requiring a 5,000 mile oil change interval. And you're going to see what engine do I have. If you do pop the hood on another Transit, just make sure you're checking up here to see if it's got the 3.5 liter, a 2.0 liter, a 3.5 liter non-turbo or naturally aspirated engine as well. This is just a quick overview. There's so many more things to talk about this vehicle. Give us a call. If you need any more information, 810-629-2255, right? That's here at Lasco Ford in Fenton, Michigan. And I'm Paul Zagman. This is the 2020 Ford Transit. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We'll keep them coming.